Hey there, hi there, ho there. So yeah, just what? My camera just disconnected? Oh man. Alright, we can do this without this. I do not know why my camera keeps this is frustrating. I can share screen, right? So yeah, I think I can do that. Ba, 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 ba. Uh yeah. Whoops. Okay. So yeah, we're just gonna have to do it without my face, which is super great for people because ugly. No, I'm kidding. Um, so guys, you guys know I have muscular dystrophy, muscle weakening disease. A lot of you guys out there are affected by muscular dystrophy in one way or another. You either have family members or you have it yourself. So, with the current global pandemic we got going on, the health crisis that we got going on across the world, really, it could be a little bit scary for people with disabilities, people with muscular dystrophies in particular. If you want to comment during this video, go ahead. I will see the comment and I will do my best. Unfortunately, my mic crapped out, or my video crapped out, so I won't be able to do that. But so yeah, it's a big deal. So guys, I just want to know what you guys are doing. Um, Personally, what I'm doing is I'm isolating as much as I can here in Ontario. Right now, Ontario, Canada, there's no real sort of mandated isolation right now. There's a lot of companies, stuff like that, keeping their employees home, which is good, which is smart, I think. Uh, but nothing is mandated by the government right now. Um, Even right now, if you fly into the country from another country, it's still not super mandated. It's like you're being requested to stay home, and it's like, okay, like what? Like that's just a request. I don't really know the teeth. I don't know how serious it is. I don't know if there's consequences to not doing that and spreading the virus. Um, so yeah, what are you guys doing? Like, so I got lots of antibacterial soap and hand sanitizer, and I'm having people sanitize as soon as they come into my home, and frequently when they're in my home. I've reduced the amount of people that come into my home. I've reduced the amount of support workers that have come in. I have pretty much no guests coming over. I'm not really going anywhere. So that's what I'm doing. Now, what we're seeing is we're seeing a lot of people who, even healthy people, who are getting really sick. Now, generally, more often than not, if you're technically quote unquote healthy, say you're 20 to 55, you don't have pre-existing conditions, you don't have immunocompromised, you don't have that compromised immune system, stuff like that. Generally, you're doing pretty good. But what is happening sometimes, even for people that are quote unquote healthy, is that they need ventilators. um, so I use a ventilator all the time. I use it 24/7. Um, and I actually have two. I have one that I use during the day, and I have one that I use at night. Now, if there becomes a shortage, which is a worry, maybe they'll come for one of my, because I don't own the ventilators. They're owned by the government, right? So the government might come and say, hey, Josh, we could use one of your ventilators for somebody else that's not going to make it. And like that would make sense because the risk to me would be minimal. And I get it. That makes sense. But you know what I saw in the news is that over in England, well, I'm just going to show you the story. Something very, very interesting, kind of worrisome. This is what they're going to do in England. England also has healthcare for everybody, just like Canada does. It's run through the government, paid through the government, through taxpayer money. So it's not free; it's through the government, but it's not private like it is in the United States. Not going to get too political. There's good things about private. There's good things about not private. Yeah. But here's what happens when you have social health care. I just want to show you something. So overwhelmed doctors will be given new guidelines to help make life or death decisions about coronavirus victims if they run out of intensive care beds or ventilators. The criteria expected to be issued on Saturday are a recognition that hospitals are likely to be faced with terrible choices in the weeks to come. That doesn't sound good. And cannot be expected to make them alone. They will cover patients with conditions including respiratory disease, cancer, heart disease, and diabetes like myself. I have a respiratory issue, kind of have a heart issue as well. Although it's unclear whether they will be also set an age limit. So, guys, can you see where this is going? Potentially, adult C patients already on the ventilator removed from their ventilator to allow somebody with a greater chance of survival to take his or her place. Wow. We are going to take people, England, social health care is going to take people on ventilators, off ventilators, to give it to somebody else. So that means, say, let's just hypothetical situation, a 78-year-old on a ventilator who may or may not survive even with the ventilator. Say prognosis is 25% chance of survival. And then there's a 32-year-old that needs a ventilator, and their prognosis with a ventilator is 85% chance of survival. They might take it from the 85-year-old, give it to the 30-something-year-old because they have a better chance of surviving. Ooh. Wow. I mean, logistically, it kind of makes sense, but you're really condemning one person to die so another person can live. My question is, how far are they going to go with that? Are they going to come to me, come to my door, knock on my door, and ask for my government handed out ventilator and say, Josh, we need it back? Even if I'm not sick, even if I'm not having the coronavirus. They're like, Josh, we need to give it to two people, somebody else, a 22-year-old and a 29-year-old, because they're going to survive. What does it come down to? What is the criteria here? Let's be honest. I don't pay a lot of taxes. In fact, I probably get more from the government than I put into the government. So are they going to come take my ventilators because I'm a quote-unquote drain on the system? Whereas Joe and John Smith, who make $300,000 a year and $400,000 a year respectively, and are taxed at nearly 50%, they're going to save those people before they save me. That's what the government's going to do. I don't mean to freak people out, but I think it could happen. I think it can happen. So I just want to put that out there. I'm going to keep people apprised of the situation. I'm going to keep following it myself. But yeah, I mean, if they're willing to take somebody off a ventilator, to me, that's the biggest step. That's the biggest scary thing. They're really willing to trade one person's life for another. Now, once you do that, getting to me is not a big step. It's not a big step to come take my ventilator than it is to take 88-year-old Joe off his ventilator. To me, that's the bigger step. The first step there is a bigger step. To say, hey, you're going to die, you're going to live. because wow, yeah. I'm not trying to be alarmist, but I don't know. I think some things might happen. So, just some food for thought. What do you guys think? Could this really happen in Canada? Um, I mean, we could go into Bill C7. I'm not going to go into that right now, but that's like the doctor-assisted suicide. Some of that has gotten a bit grayer, murkier. I mean, we've seen people in France and the UK not really want to die, but medical treatment has been stopped because it's too expensive or quote unquote not worth it. Or somebody else, like family member says, oh yeah, this person wants to be taken off life support when, their living will said, do not take me off life support under any circumstance. When, they tell the person, hey, we're going to take you off life support. And they cannot speak, they cannot physically move, but they have a physical reaction. Their blood pressure goes through the roof, they start tearing and stuff like that. They start crying. They clearly don't want to die, even though they're like non-responsive in a coma. Socialized countries with socialized healthcare are killing people with disabilities. And I think it's only the beginning. I think it's only going to get better before it gets worse. That's why it's my goal to get rich. Help me get rich. Subscribe to this video. Like and share this video. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell for notifications. I know I haven't posted a lot, but I hope to be posting more. Yeah, things are crazy. All right. So please comment below. Feel free to ask me questions. All right. But be vigilant, be smart, but don't panic. Okay. So God bless. Take care and wash your hands as much as you can. All right. Peace.